So many misguided and divided, down into minor figures while outsiders snigger, as they watch on TV thinking, to hell with these fools with nothing to lose, they should have stayed in school instead of breaking the rules. But wait, we're not fools. We are the tools that are used to distract and confuse people's opinions on the news through pure distorted views. To push through the media to create hysteria. Oh my God, these people are so evil, don't let them near you, is the chat I hear. But let's be clear, how did we get here? With children raised in fear, locked in communities nobody wanted to go near. But now, people want to live here. So let the truth be known of how we have grown, deprived of care or concern from the scared and concerned. Due to society's neglect, people have to fret, as we have learnt to be cold-hearted to all but our own. But that is just a reflection of the love we have been shown. You see, in this time of turmoil and change, people have lost belief in the systems that many have relied on since coming of age. But through this uncertainty, souls have risen, looking to create new opportunities and driven by the need to succeed, not driven by greed, but the endless possibilities of planting a seed. In a world of contradictions with boundless destinations, for the future is not written. Fate is created by the will of the owner of the soul who strives and reaches for the goal of becoming whole with oneself. This is life's most precious treasure and its true wealth. It's a wealth we all can share. We just need to understand to be aware of all the people who need us to care so that we can all live a full life instead of one unable to bear. So let's unravel ourselves from the controlling spells of stories and tales from heaven to hell, forever being told this would be our fate, destined to a hell filled with hate. If we don't conform to the norm and behave well, hell no. Who knows what the future holds? So be bold, don't do as you're told, take hold and move towards the new while banking the old, for your life is a story that is yet to be told. I wish as a boy growing up, more of my history was shown. There was so much missing that could have helped me before I was grown. The history I was taught helped to fill me with anger and pain because it taught me my ancestors were slaves with no name. Captured, kidnapped, traded, and taken from their home. That's what I remember when my ancestors were shown. So when it came to history lessons, my interest was none, because whenever it covered my ancestors, they were savages and dumb. But many years after leaving school, my interest started to grow. And that is when I realized there is so much I didn't know. Much of what I was taught in school and told was fact, was really like someone explaining all your life on just one act. There is so much to be proud of, so much that has been achieved, but without going in search of the truth, I would have been deceived. From kings and queens that built great nations, to teachers and scholars that helped with our educations, from people who stood up to what they saw was wrong, to people who risked their life to help the sick get strong, from warriors that fought with so much pride, to all the people who for our cause died. These are just a few facts I found that turned my anger to joy, and I just wish they had taught to me when I was a boy. 5,000 years ago, a child was born who became a god, but nothing was taught about him in school, and I found this odd. His name is IMHOTEP, and through his life he achieved many things that resulted in IMHOTEP going from a common man to being worshipped by kings. IMHOTEP was born in Kemet and served under King Josiah as chancellor to the pharaoh. IMHOTEP had an amazing appetite for knowledge about things people didn't know. IMHOTEP was an intellect with vision and amazing wisdom, which is why IMHOTEP advised the next three kings on the ruling of the kingdom. IMHOTEP is regarded as the first architect who designed the step pyramid, which still stands today as a testament to just one of the great things IMHOTEP did. IMHOTEP was a great physician who diagnosed and treated over 200 diseases. IMHOTEP performed surgery, dentistry, and extracted medicine from plants and trees with ease. IMHOTEP was a great scribe who recorded what he thought. And through these actions, IMHOTEP's knowledge could be taught. IMHOTEP became a high priest that people went to for enlightenment, which IMHOTEP gave freely as he believed it was everybody's entitlement. IMHOTEP had a full life and lived to a grand old age. But when IMHOTEP died, it wasn't the end of his chapter, more like the turning of a page. 100 years after IMHOTEP's death, he was elevated to the position of a medical demigod. 2,000 years later, IMHOTEP was elevated again, but this time to a god. The Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans worshipped IMHOTEP and what he believed. And through this understanding of IMHOTEP's work, much they too achieved. The early Christians worshipped IMHOTEP too, and viewed him as one with Christ, which goes to show that IMHOTEP was viewed by many up there with the highest. IMHOTEP was a man who became a god because of people's belief in him, which is a remarkable achievement when we look at IMHOTEP's beginning. So no matter where your life may start, you never know where it will end. And that is the message from these words I would like to send. Africa's history is so much more than what is usually shown. That is why, through learning more, my love for Africa has grown. If we look past the barbarianism of slavery and its legacy, we will be able to see Africa's inner beauty and true history. Africa gave birth to the first civilizations that expanded and grew into great nations. From these great nations, great knowledge was taught. Through these teachings, more knowledge was sought. But it wasn't all about development and control. Much was about being true to nature, spirit, and soul. What I would like you all to do is have a good look at Africa too. Africa's a continent that is so vast, with so many stories buried in her past. With which one to begin with is something I couldn't tell. So I hope you go in search of many, and I wish you all well.